Hello and welcome back. It's been a while, at least for me. So many things kept getting in the way. Halloween, I got sick. I also slept for an entire day. And also I have a cut in the back of my mouth. Yeah. Oh, the Halloween thing I did went about as well as I expected. Half of them actually got to people, and the other half went to those people who have like the .org or .com thing. So half of them went into the void, basically. Well, not even in the void, into the abyss. Oh, also I have changed what I'm going to be doing for these now. I'm going to be recording them in hours, like an hour or so. Maybe a little bit less, depending on how I feel. Just so we get this done. And also an update on the Revenant thing is now I'm at Meso C9, which is my hurdle I've been going through. I've been grinding that for about a week or so and still haven't gotten it. Oh, let's get this. Oh, I should do my check. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Rogel's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Elise about Xenos. After everything we went through, though, together, we owe her that. The funny thing is, while I've been working on getting Revenant, I got Siren. Because I had a lot of Siren relics, and I'm like, oh, I'll just do these. While I tried to get the thing to upgrade relics. I ended up getting the Siren. So that's how I've been doing in between episodes. How's everybody else? Anything new happened? How was everybody's Halloween? Oh, hi there, Pandora. Edgar, Alize, you're back. No Alpha, no? It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But if this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it, and here you're saying he's alive and well, and living the high life back in Garlemald. I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulties believing it myself, but what I might doubt the words of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Edgar's. He saw the Crown Prince through the Echo, in a meeting that could have taken place in the recent past. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. And someone went to the trouble of desecrating that bastard's grave, remember? Thal's Gilded Halls, whatever are you talking about? Tancred, what brought you to the Reach? Alphino had me lending a hand at the Sultry, keeping an eye on the rebuilding works, and so on. Just until operations were up and running, and now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but it seems some suggestions that the late Crown Prince could have gotten better. If so, might suggest a quick look into his coffin as our first order of business. As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right to find his grave, but if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at Blood Hour in the locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back. Wait a minute, if it was unmarked, how did they know which one they were desecrating? Oh, and I also have a new hole in my thumb, but this time it's just a little thing in the skin instead of it being enough to hurt. And right now I just have a Pandora next to me. Yeah, so in this one and future recording sessions, I'm probably not going to be talking as much because, like I said, I have a cut in the back of my mouth. Or I should say, I have a cut on my gums in the back of my mouth. My money's on writhing snakes, possibly spiders. Let's prise it open and see what comes out. Most of the graves are grouped together, but they managed to find a lonely spot for Xenos, didn't they? What's all the writing on his grave? This is it, gods, he better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but if I had it scribbled off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied. Well then, we are presented with one course of action. And we had best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, there's plenty of those walking around here, so... Oh great, now it's raining.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
If there's no course, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Necessarily, we might still still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you that they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ascian is walking around in Xenos' body. It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put the grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interning the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raban needs to hear about it. If you find anything out, send word to me at Rolger's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due for another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. I know, would Xenos be able to fit in that grave in the first place? I guess if it fit Edgar, it probably would fit Xenos. Oh, the boulders are back. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Orionje over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Yashtola is on her way and should be here any and yeah. And do I want to go Alize, Edgar, tis good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I would too conclude that Nassian now inhabits Xenos' body. A donger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Edgar? Nay, Alphino had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety? Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy stronghold, and the shadowy web of the Paragons lack as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in the position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Pray harder! Turns Alphino into a primal. Oh god, we prayed too hard! We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear, the icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeds according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. We're going to ensure the salvation of the star. Must be fun to dismantle those and eventually melt them down. Now, what are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. The soldier's about to whip some ass. What are you? Have you lost your mind? Ah! I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the final was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Yeah, I got a little Pandora laying next to me watching this. No. I guess she's always little. No matter how old she is, she's always gonna be little. She's the smallest of the kids. Doubt. It's been an eventful few days, haven't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphino. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. He should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with tales of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put the kettle on then. That table looks free if you like to take a seat. Upon sitting on this table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Interesting, so this Tasomoi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right, they believe their gods or kami resides in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics, but if we are to contain the threats, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. Fine idea, and I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome a resident expert on etherology. Greetings, could it be that I'm in time for tea? Tea, hot dogs, and ham! And what are these other things that are to the left of Edgar? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigation went. These might be potato wedges. And some biscuits and cookies. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told me the same story. Once Lise and her officers had confirmed Xenos' death, his corpse was in turn under strict supervision. They seemed little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew more vague. None reports have seen any suspicious person in the vicinity, and all assume that the act have been prepared by a vengeful Lamigan. Critically, however, I was able to confirm that when the offended scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, just like that, the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the dead was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it. If Asari was a fervent devotee, as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation. However committed, we must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian, and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino and Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Meanwhile, on the sands of Talkir, Master Alphino, we are making good speed towards our destination, is Artemis. Nay, it's just I can see not from my cabin and was curious to know the land over which we flew. I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I am happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Orthard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would be greeting with naught but mounds upon mounds of lifeless earth. I've read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, blood dry of every last drop of ether. It is believed that a succession of Econ summonings was responsible. Upon Emperor Solstice first come to Orthard and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared Acons a threat to our very star's existence and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report. We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible designation. Magitech, but who? All cannons, return fire. Damage report. Everything's on fire! The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it, they knew exactly where to hit us. All hands brace for impact. Oh, that guy didn't brace for impact. But he's still okay. Alphino should have braced for impact. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the infiltration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. See, there's three of us. Three of you here, but where's the other one? Aye, aye. Aye, aye, Captain! Proceed. The carbuncle's so big. Damn it. I wanted to pet. Let me pet the carbuncle! Thanks, I don't think I would have made it. So likely saved his life. The question of who takes it over. Ah, that might explain it. Ready thy carbuncle! Behind the carbuncle! I do believe I have created much error. When I first did this, I never did the tri-shackle. Oh, great, they brought the Air Force. Found it. Not here, not like this. But who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphino. Let us finish this then. Okay, now this time don't be an idiot and spam tri-shackle. Because it does not help. Get in the bubble. Nope. There. Oh, we didn't even have to use Starstorm once. Probably should have done it, but eh. My thanks for your intervention proved most timely. Well, I do not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the presence. No, your silence in this severity of your predicament. The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard, and I could venture a guess as to their motives. But you have yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us of who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking. As for your purpose, let this be your answer. An Ascian mask. The face of our prey. We must away before more arrives. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadowhunter will suffice for the present. Come. If you're very perceptive, you can tell who he is. Or I guess not. 'Cause it just shows you right there. This is intolerable, but as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphino now but pray for his success. Oh, that is not entirely true. While your brother drains the Garlemald from the east, I could make my way from Alamigo and find out where there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Alize, you're not trained for espionage or subterfuge. Thancred is. Forgive me, Alize, but the provinces are hostile territory and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. Last time we let you try that, you got stabbed. You got shot with a poison arrow. And Edgar's no better. Not you two. I understand your frustration, Alize, but Edgar has the right of it. We must defer to Thancred's experience in this matter. Yeah, Edgar is a Reaper, so he sticks out as like a sore thumb even more than Thancred does. Fine, just promise you'll be fine. Careful. Meanwhile, just barrows. Oh, no. No, meanwhile. It seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind as I have been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happens to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word that the moment I learned aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Arnold vessel to bear me thither. But I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you are next in the area, Edgar. With any luck, I'll have painfully detailed reports from Alpha Node to share. You have learned how to ponder! Tenacity, determination, piety, determination, spell speed, determination, skill speed, determination. Let's get ginger salad. Oh, Edgar, if you've come here hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything exactly as it was. Yashtola is still investigating primals in the far east. Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphino is still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does he respond to calls, and all the while I'm just meant to sit around here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Eorzean Alliance. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matters of ASEAN interference, and they humbly require the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Having assessed intelligence provided by the Alamegan resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xenos' remains, they do suspect ASEAN involvement and wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your orders, counsel, would be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I say this one falls to us. By which I mean, I'm not going on my own, you're coming with me, I trust. Edgar ain't got anything better to do. There you have it, we accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date of the meeting will be shared with due course, but I can confirm that the council will take place in El Amigo by your leave. Yeah, that voice hurts a lot less than my normal talking. I somehow doubt we have anything useful to offer, but stand mutely at the meeting would still be better than nothing. I've been doing it late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Thancred, what's going on, man? Alright, just be careful on the road back, you hear? Did I hear right, Royal? Is Thancred coming back? Aye, that he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being Garlean territory, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in. So he said he'd be heading as quick as he could to make sure someone was waiting for him in the Alamegan quarter. Understood. Edgar and I will go. We're bound for El Amigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off. I guess Boulder's not coming with us, even though he's listening to everything we just said, and he's staring at us still. But yeah, sorry about the voice. It's easier talk get. I just wanted to look at the picture. You two are a sight for sore eyes. Now all I need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Traipsing through the Imperial territory is thirsty work.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself,
It's on fire!
our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding him there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with, no. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Although I am to neglect making preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Afno's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Hein a visit. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, and he may well... Oh, Hien, not Hein. Hien. Be able to advise us on how best to reach the burn. Sound plan, and your Strolla's in Doma, is she not? I dare say she'd join you in the search if you ask her nicely. While you see to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the Council to me. Thank you, Thancred. Right, to Doma then. We have much and more to share with your Strolla. Before we do that, I want to go to New Credania for a little bit. And no, I'm not doing the Halloween thing. You know, that's still going on for a little bit. Oh, I just remembered. Today. I'm playing this on November 3rd, if you couldn't tell. Because what I'm about to say next is, it's the Typhlosion raids. Heshuin Typhlosion raids are today. Completely forgot that. It's like, something's supposed to happen on the 3rd. I can't remember a damn thing. But no, I want to go... and grab some things. Yeah, and here I was making plans for today. Was this going to be after I got done recording and got done with my dailies? Why do these look like shields? I was going to just work on Warframe. Nope. Heshuin Typhlosion. Which I want to get one. And after I get one, then I'll go and do my things. But I wanted to come back here. How many did we get? We got 21. I just wanted to come back here and grab... Oh, I already have that one. How many do we have left? We have 6, so I would only be able to get 2 braidings. I don't even remember where to get the white mage ones, so... Oh. Yes, I just want to come back to get all those pets and things. And it's a habit. I have to pick up the meteorite stuff. You meant meteorite, the scrolls. Of course, since the light's starting to come in, Pandora messing with my blinds earlier is starting to show. But I do wonder where she went, though. Before we talk to Strolla, I'll be right back. Pandora got tired of watching me, so now she's watching her TV. That is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should you notice any changes, I do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. Well, two faces from the dim and distant past. Come now, it hasn't been that long. Who was that you were speaking with? Local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I have some knowledge of ether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent of de-aspected crystals that manifest in the Orzoria in the days prior to the calamity. We have been wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More of an interest in than a liking to, I think. The sight of a Makote with a particular contraption upon her head has a certain novelty value in these parts. Wait, that still works for you? Can't you just see... Any actual regards they may have for me, I owe wholly to you and the others who came before. Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by forcing one's will upon an ether-infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. Or ether-infused chicken! So the fact that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the required belief. Correct. Such sacred relics as the Kojin collected and the needs for religious fervor, and the summoner Yotsuyu being the most obvious example. She had but to execute the artifact given to her by Isari and the Divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form notoriously through the power, nourished through the power of crystals, also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukuyumi brought into being. Which brings me to a question of preventative measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know of naught that will avail us, save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. But I doubt you came all this way to hear that which may be perused in a report. Has something happened to Alphino? I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Yushtola. I should be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Hien. Alize puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Kunken. Greetings, my friends. Alze has explained all to me. It is to say you have our full cooperation in the search, even if Alphanos Trail leads to the burn of all places. And as last time, we shall end where we began. See you all in the next.